All right, everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to the King's Speech. So I know I said channel update video today, but honestly, it seemed kind of pointless to do one because plans haven't significantly changed. So I guess I'll just do a quick kind of TLDR of what the plan is before we dive into more Akane-Banashi here. So next week I'm going to try to get back to Yona because it's going to be a long weekend. So probably do more Yona of the Dawn read-throughs then. Like I said, hopefully I'll be caught up with Akane by then. So look forward to that becoming a weekly reaction review. As for new series dropping, probably not anything new this year. I think I'm going to focus on getting through as much of Yona as I can for the rest of this year. And I think for the start of the new year, I'm going to try to get Battle Angel Alita Mars Chronicle back into the mix. So we'll see how that goes. And I'll probably do like a proper channel update announcement closer to that date. So without further ado, let us dive straight into it with the Akane-Banashi Story 22 as a performer with story by Yuki Suenaga, art by Takamasa Moe. Ooh, excuse me. With translation by Stephen Paul and lettering by Sneer Aaron. And we pick up where we left off last time with Hikaru getting a standing ovation for her performance of Shibahama. And you can hear the crowd's applause just roaring through the thing. And you see Sei along with Kashio just like tears streaming down her face as she's clapping and cheering. And Kashio's like, uh-oh, the biggest applause today for Shibahama in front of Isho Arakawa. It's just like the Shinichi promotion test I covered 6 years ago. That incident occurred right in the midst of a fervor like this one. What if something similar happens here? And you have Kaisei up on the stage going, Master Isho, what did you think? And you see him going, I'm of the opinion that Shibahama is not an appropriate story for a student to perform. The primary theme of the story is the love of a husband and wife. It doesn't work if the performer doesn't have the skill to fully embody the subtle emotions of the characters. That makes it very difficult for a student to perform. This turdy old man. It's like, which is why your mastery of the wife's state of mind has me simply marveling at the high level of skill you've reached as a performer. Yes, it was a bit theatrical, but a fine performance nonetheless. And you see, thank you, Master Isho. What about you, Master Ryujaku? And you see, was it Iken just kind of glancing over her little bio information sheet. And then later you see behind stage with a good job out there. And you have Hikaru going, thank you, as she lets out a breath and goes, it's over. I think I could have done better. My voice was lifting a bit at the start. The tempo was just a little bit too fast. And I should have taken a longer pause at that one part. It's like, no. Once I start nitpicking, I ain't able to stop myself. Any fame, she thinks back to saying, any fame I have is because of the story. No one cares about me or my skill. And she's thinking back to like the crowd's standing ovation with, your mastery has me simply marveling at the high level of skill you've reached as a performer. And she kind of smiles to herself and does like a little fist bump. Or a fist pump, sorry, not a fist bump. And you have a pretty good show for the voice actor lady. I mean, second place is still not. God, I will, for the life of me, bowl cut, what is your name? Give me a second. Let me just look this up quickly. Karashi. I don't know why that is such a hard name for me to remember. And you see him just kind of just do like a slow clap. Being like, I mean, second place is still nice. It's very impressive. And you have his friend being like, it's not over yet, man. It's like, huh? Yes, it is. Might as well be. And you see some of the other performers behind him getting all pissed off as you have seeing one goes, that's going on 7th and going on 8th, going, jerk. And he goes, don't be so rude. For one thing, that Jugumu girl is next. You never know. And I literally, within 2 seconds, I forgot Karashi's name. Karashi goes, she won't. Just look. See, the crowd's gone loose. After my modified Rakugo and the voice actor's heartwarming Ninja Banashi, they're all satisfied with what they've seen. He imagines himself being like a chef and Hikaru being a server. As he's going, here's curry udon, it's sashimi for you. with the audience, being the customer who's all apparently full after that meal. And you see Akane going, the rest will be a struggle to digest. No, sorry, he's gone, the rest will be a struggle to digest. And Akane's coming in with a, try my dish too. It's like, and she's going to do Jugumu next. It's like, it's a hard-boiled egg. It's like, no thanks. It's like, and she's going to do Jugumu next. The audience is only interested in seeing who will win, me or the voice actor. Get it? The real Karaku Cup is already over. And you see one of the audience guys is like, gonna use the restroom. It's like, next up is a high school girl? Poor thing. It's like, it's gotta be one of those two. And you have Guriko going, I don't know about this. It's not looking good, Ani. It's like, Ani-san and Sensei? Where did they go? And you see no unauthorized entry. Do you have a chaperone teacher and her student? Go right in. And you see Akane's teacher going, thank you. And Koguma's like, you treated me like a high schooler. And he believed it without a second glance. He's like, mutter, 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 mutter. And she's like, you were the one who wanted to visit the waiting room, Koguma. This is just the price to get inside. It's like, why does it have to be now? And you see Koguma going, she's going to lose. The student's level of skill is higher than I thought. And the teacher's like, but I'm sure Akane will. And he goes, she decided to be a Rakugoka because she couldn't get over her father's expulsion. And now she's in the presence of the man who did it. Do you think she'll unlock her full potential? The stronger your feelings, the harder it is to control your emotions. And now the mood of the crowd will be against her. We need to warn her not to hurt herself. Pushing too hard we need to warn her not to hurt herself pushing too hard or she... excuse me. You see Akane coming down the stairs to intercepting them. And she's looking at them in surprise going, Koguma Ani-san, Sensei. And she's like, she seems the same as ever. And Koguma's like, you seem fine, but are you sure you're all right? You don't even want to look at Isho Arakawa, right? Can you stay cool and perform while he's watching? And Akane goes, Ani-san, I have seen Isho Arakawa do Rakugo before I asked to apprentice under master. Again, I love this panel. I don't know if it's like shoving a pipe or something in his mouth with like the way it's hatched and shaded. Just makes him look so intimidating. Oh. And you see Koguma's taken aback by this as Akane goes, it was such a strange feeling. I can't forgive what he did to my dad, but watching him perform, I felt it would be stupid to try to be a Rakugoka and refuse to admit his greatness. My emotions are a mess. So to keep it simple, I just want to know why he kicked my dad out. And then I can actually move forward. And Koguma's like, okay, so you mean you can't move forward unless you win? Akane's like, And he's silent for a second before he goes, maybe I'm the one who's not over it yet. And the teacher's like, don't add more pressure before she goes on. And he's like, she'll be fine. My Emoto little sister won't come up short. You have Koguma Ani-san. It's like, go out there and give him a taste of Akane's Rakugo. And you see her kind of just like confidently striding up onto the stage as Isho's kind of just staring at her and they're exchanging glances. Alright, so this was, I guess quick thoughts before we wrap it up. So this was basically like an aperitif chapter, I guess is the best way to put it. Because we're kind of getting like a little bit of an exposition info dump kind of set up for Akane's entrance. So it's interesting that, Karashi is right. He is definitely being an asshole towards the other performers, but he is right, in that, yeah, the audience is kind of like, after two powerful performances, it's kind of hard to do a follow-up unless you're able to match that level. And I don't know if I completely agree with his whole, restaurant food metaphor for using it, but I guess it's close enough to kind of get the effect of what he's going for across. It was interesting to learn that Akane, of course, went to see one of Isho's performances, but I guess it makes sense, given how, spiteful and childish, childish she would be, it would make sense that she'd be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go see his performance, make fun of him when he sucks and think, get even madder when considering, how he kicked my dad out. But I guess it's kind of like a wake up call. It's like, yeah, he might be a jerk and everything, but he's been a Rakugo performer for so long. Like, of course, he would have the skill to back up all his talk. Like, given everything we've learned about Rakugo, like how it's a dying art, etc., etc. Of course, it makes sense that someone that's at the pinnacle of their craft would have to be able to have the skill to keep it as a career, or else they would fizzle out pretty quickly. So it's interesting, and I guess kind of expected. Of course, Akane would kind of have to know and acknowledge that, yeah, of course he's gonna have the skill, and she's gonna have to kind of like prove herself to him. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes from here. So like I mentioned, a couple of the other videos I've done, I'm going to try to get caught up with the series by next week so that I can start getting to do weekly reaction reviews for the series. As always, thank you all for joining me for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, as well, if you like my content, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Especially liking or commenting on these videos really does help boost them with regards to the algorithm, because lets the algorithm know that these videos are popular or they're doing well and are worth promoting. So if you'd like to help me out by doing that, that would be greatly appreciated. Same with if you'd like to subscribe to my channel to help me get to the magic subscriber number. And until next time, this is Ash. I'll talk to you all later.